Mr. Beheshti, it is very interesting times now that Iran has struck Israel, and everybody probably is waiting for a retaliation. I want to have an interview with you on four interesting questions as well. I heard you say in one of your recent interviews that the speciality of the regime in Iran is to create division between everyone in the world in order not to attack them. Why do you think they're doing that?
Uh, Thank you for arranging this interview at this very crucial moment, Mr. Gobel. As you mentioned in the beginning of your interview, yes, uh, this evil regime, not Iran, this evil regime uh, attacked a few days ago Israel for the second time, officially directly from Iran soil. They launched around 200 ballistic missiles. So this time, and of course, um, as I said in my message to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the war officially has been started. This is the war that we have been saying for past 6 months, 7 months is inevitable. It's gonna happen. But why? Why Iranian regime, this evil regime, um, is really focused on creating division and destroying Israel from within. Or another example, the Iranian opposition, because when it comes to military power, they are very weak. This is exactly what I have said January the 2nd this year in Knesset, in Israeli parliament. I have said that for the first time, this regime is paper tiger. So when it comes to military power, when it comes to direct conflict, they are really weak. So they go after other strategies. Creating division from within is a part of their hybrid warfare strategies. And they have been really successful on this particular, I would say, subject. Look at what they done to Iranian opposition. We had very strong opposition, but divided to different groups. They could divide Iranian opposition successfully for past 45 years. That's why they could last for all these years. Otherwise, they are nothing when it comes to power. They have no legitimacy internally. They have no legitimacy internationally. But we just need a good force in front of them, united force. But they could.
So,
They were going to do this to Israel, but thank God, Israel. Uh, it's aware at the moment. I can see a great unity now in past 2 weeks, especially behind the Israeli government. So all the opposition groups, they tried. I'm not saying it's 100%. They try to unite behind the current government. Of course, they have lots of difference when it comes to political view, but now is the time of war. When you are at war, especially with this evil regime that they are chanting death to Israel, death to America for past 45 years, there is no time for division. So they have to uh, unite behind the government, and I think they are on the right path at the moment.
yes, beautiful. So I hear that you are favoring to bring down the regime. You started about longer than 1 year ago with a hunger strike demanding the listing of IRGC. So now you proceeded and you say that you stay in front of the Foreign Affairs Office in London just until this regime is gone. What do you favor that Iranian opposition can unite? How do you think they can unite?
Uh, they have no choice than unite. We are moving toward that path. So that's why I stopped calling for unity anymore, because I know that's going to happen. The different groups in Iranian opposition, a step by step, they understand that the time is going really fast. The development in Middle East, in Iran, it's unbelievably fast. So if they are going to stuck in their own whatever political view, ideological view, so they're gonna fall behind. So they have no choice than keep on with this speed and unite at this time only, and focus at this time only on uh, destroying the current regime. Then we get to the right time in order to establishing a new system, a new government based on people's vote behind the ballot box. So there should be no fear for any political group, any opposition group to start fighting from now for this nonsense that who is going to be on power in Iran. That's not our choice, is Iranian people choice behind the ballot box. I think we are moving to right path. We are doing our own job. If I can talk about our group, we are forming a good alliance. I've been traveling for past 3 months to different places, talking to the people that I know I can count on to create a good alliance and moving to the right path.
Great. That sounds very interesting. So I'm sure you will have another interview with me when the time is right to display more details on that. For now, as there is a war, as you said, there is a war. What do you think? What kind of war is this? Are you recommending Israel to attack people? I know some Iranians who are afraid that Israel will target whole Iran and kill them, like many people die in Lebanon or Gaza. They fear this kind of scenario. What kind of warfare do you think can help bring down the regime?
So it's not about me telling Israel what to do. I have done already. I have done that on 2nd of January last year as the only Iranian who gave a speech in Israeli parliament, Knesset. Last year, January, I went there, and in my speech and 48 interviews that I had in 3 days in Israel, I have said the things that no one said before in Israeli parliament. I said we should not be afraid to target the bases of this evil regime inside of Iran. I mentioned the nuclear sites, the House of High Officials, and the base of IRGC inside of Iran. That's what I have said, and I just kept repeating that until it start happening. So from our side, we done our job. But what's going to happen now? What's going to happen? Israel never target people. So I think even for the enemies of this current regime in Israel or the whole Israel, now it's really obvious Israel operations is are really precise. Israel could carpet bomb Gaza in a couple of hours. But look how many, it's been now 11 months, it's going to 1 year now. Because it's like a surgery, as they describe it themselves. They going street by street, house by house, after the terrorists. When they are attacking, for example, a building or an area in Lebanon, in Gaza, or other places, before that, they informing the people who are living in that area by phone, by sending message, by all different kind of sending signal to them that leave this place. But who uh, uh, avoiding these people and stopping these people from going out of these areas are Hamas, are Hezbollah. We had evidence that Hamas were putting a road stopper in the places in Gaza which Israel gave warning that are going to attack those areas, for example, in 48 hours. And the people were leaving the places, but Hamas were shooting the people, their own people, who they were going to leave the place. Anyway, so it's really obvious Israel is not after people. Israel operations are really precise and targeted, and we saw that in all these, at least if I don't count before October the 7th, from October 7th until now, we saw this very acute operation that they had to eliminate one by one the commanders and the top people in Hamas and Hezbollah. So they are really precise. What's going to happen in this war? They are going to target, this is my analysis, the nuclear sites of Iranian regime. Then they're going to go for some of the infrastructures, the energy, the oil refinery, I think, and they're going after the electricity, and step by step. Then they're going to go after the high officials. So one of the high officials who is in the target definitely now is Ali Khamenei himself. Of course, they hide him now, maybe 50 meters under the ground, but the death is waiting for him. So that's the type of, I would say, conflict and operations that we will witness in next week and the weeks after. This is going to be carry on, I would say, for a few months, and it's going to be war by air. So they're going to fire ballistic missiles, and the ballistic missiles, look at what they're doing. It's shameful. They fired around 200 ballistic missiles. Not even one of them killed one Israeli, thank God, and none of them hit the target. The most closest one that was close to the target, it was 500 meters away. So that's the error of their, what they called pointed, precise ballistic missiles. So they have no technology. They have no military technology and the power. So they're going to fire, I would say, maybe next time 400 ballistic missiles. Israel is going to fire maybe 20, but hit 20 targets, precise, targeted in Iran. And that's going to last, I would say, for some time until this regime becomes weak in the level that the Iranian people see the opportunity, and this army of 80 million freedom fighters of Iranian come back to the street and then finish the regime by the hands of Iranians.
In this
That's my
situation,
analysis.
thank you so much for that. In this situation, Mr. Beheshti, what is your recommendation for Western policymakers? What can they do?
Western policymakers, Western leaders, I have two advice for them, with reason. First of all, they have to understand by now, the Israel is not fighting for only themselves. So the target of Iranian regime is not Israel. Israel is not the automated target, is not the automated mission. So the mission is destruction of Western civilization. And I have explained this before. I am going to explain it now. The ideology is, first of all, you have to understand what is the ideology and the nature of Iranian regime. The Iranian regime is based on an ideology. Their ideology is this. They believe their 12 saints, Mahdi, is still alive after 1400 years, and he will return. So they have to, their job is, their divine mission is to prepare the world for his return. So how they can prepare the world to turn our modern world into Islamic State. So in order to turn our modern world into Islamic State, they have to destroy the order of our modern world in order to build their ideological world, which is Islamic State Caliphate. So this is their aim. To get to that, the first step is an elimination of the state of Israel. So Israel is fighting for our civilization, is fighting for us. So what is my request from the world leaders and policymakers? United behind Israel, who is fighting for all of us. And the second one, give up this quick and short interest with this evil regime, the Islamic Republic of Iran. I can assure their benefit will be much greater with the normal and system and government in Iran, which is based on freedom, democracy, and these values that we have in West. That's my request from the policymakers and the world leaders.
Thank you so much, Mr. Beheshti. May freedom come as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Till next time.